Dude, I've seriously had it up to here with Treyarch, alright? And when I say here, I'm holding my hand up higher than Snoop Dogg. Or I suppose he says it's Snoop Lion now, but he could be lying about that. I'm tired of this freaking nonsense nutsack shenanigans. Bet you can't say that 3 times fast. Watch, you're going to try, you're going to say it clearly, and you're going to chuckle and smirk and think you're terribly clever, but you're not, son. You're out of your league. Just accept it. I'm tired of Treyarch advertising the map pack as 4 brand new multiplayer maps, when in fact it's only 3 brand new multiplayer maps. Uplink doesn't frickin' count. And let me tell you why, alright? If I buy a frickin' white car in 2011, I buy one of them slug bug things, right? That give people some delusional excuse to hit someone in the arm every time it drives by, even if that someone is their newborn child. If I buy a 2011 version white slug bug and I drive it around for a year, I do all kinds of crazy shit in it, like run around with the Golden Olympia, doing fat drive-bys with my Golden Olympia. And then in 2012, some new cars come out, and then in 2013, I paint my white slug bug this sort of green, bluish, black, gray. And it's a nifty, polished paint job, to be fair. But with the paint job, do I get to turn around and call my 2011 painted slug bug a brand new 2013 slug bug? Like, why not do the reskinned maps as a 5th map? You know, put your full effort into making a brand new 4th map, Treyarch, because otherwise, it just seems kind of lazy, don't you think? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm happy to have Summit back, but let's be clear about one thing, alright? The only reason Summit was a fan favorite back in Black Ops 1 was because it was one of like 3 maps that you were guaranteed a fast-paced match and a good time. It was Summit, Nuketown, and Firing Range, where you knew the match would always be fast-paced, and that was always such a relief and a desire because the matches on Black Ops 1 could be really, really slow. Am I the only one who remembers Array and Jungle? Playing Summit after playing a TDM on Array would be like eating a peanut butter and jelly after just being forced to eat a squealing kitten as a naked 99-year-old nun shot you in the foot with a double-barrel sawed-off shotgun. And they wanted the game to be slow. That's what they wanted. You know, they said from the beginning, we want everyone to have at least 3 seconds of life every spawn. So they went to great lengths to keep us spawning far away from each other. And the result was a slow-paced game, in my humble opinion. But I know I'm not the only one that feels that way, because you know what? You don't see them coming back and saying the same thing this time around. Alright? You don't hear them talking about people surviving for 3 seconds off the spawn every spawn anymore, do you? They'll spawn you in the back of ADOM hijacked again and again and again while someone is up in that motherfucking balcony thing just shooting down on you. One-man spawn trap. It's ridiculous. Nah. What am I pretending to be angry for? I'm the guy up in that motherfucking balcony. And that's the thing, is that because they have abandoned that particular technique, the, 3 seconds of life technique, Black Ops 2 is actually a lot more fast-paced than its predecessor being Black Ops 1. And so my point is this. Eating the kitten, getting shot at by the nude nun, sucked, okay? But that's behind you now, right? You've moved on. What you're eating nowadays is clam linguine and roasted shrimp and toasted omelets with crispy golden waffles with peanut butter spread on top and just the perfect amount of syrup. Is the PB&J really that good anymore? Is the PB&J still a fan favorite? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still a tasty, nutritious snack. You know, you get carbs from the bread, sugar rush for quick energy now from the jelly, sustained protein energy from the peanut butter. It's still a decent snack. But is it still a fan favorite? And should it still take the place of what could be a brand new food item that is even more delicious, like a fucking churro or something, alright? I think one of the big changes we all end up going through as we age as gamers is that we care less and less for the aesthetics of things. You know, like, if I was younger, I think I would have a lot more appreciation for a reskinned map. I think it's easier to get immersed in the environment when you're younger. But as I'm getting older, I barely notice what the maps look like, you know? Like, it used to be, oh, look, I can use this car for cover. Nowadays, it's like, oh, look, this piece of cover is a car. Does that make sense? Like, the reason I'm complaining, I guess, is because if you don't have a deeper appreciation for how the map looks, it is exactly the same. It plays the exact same. I use the exact same strategies. The spawns are the same. It's the exact same experience. You know, it's the exact same experience for me that it was on Black Ops 1 because I'm not paying attention to the color scheme. I'm interested in the strategy, the tactics of the combat, and those are exactly the same. Couldn't they have at least rearranged some of the furniture, you know, like, even if they just added some minor changes, it could totally change the way we play the map. Like, what if they moved around those electronic computer servers in the main middle room? You know, put them facing in different directions. That couldn't be too hard, could it? If I can do it on The Sims in 30 seconds, I'm sure Treyarch can find a way to, pull it off. And like if you're entering that, if you're entering that main middle room, the server room, I believe is what it's called, from CDOM, and you got the window directly in front of you, you're entering in the second story, you got the staircase off to your left. What if they like switched it so that you have a staircase right in front of you when you enter the room, and then a window off to your left that you can hang out and camp out of? It would totally change the dynamics of playing in the middle of that building. It would be a fresh take on the experience. Or better yet, here's an idea. You know how they did Nuketown 2025? What if they did Summit 2025, but in 2025 some things have changed on Summit, alright? It took a cruise missile to the face, and like half of the server room, the half that doesn't have the second story, has now been blown into by the cruise missile. It's just a fat crater with like rubble that you can use for cover, and it's like sloped downwards towards the little path, that hangs off the cliff down at the bottom of Summit. I'm sorry, my callouts aren't that great. You know what I mean? Imagine going into the server room from ADOM. B is right in front of you. The B flag is still set up the same way. It's on flat ground. It's got the little computer servers protecting it right in front of you. But then directly to your right is just a fat drop off into a crater where a cruise missile hit, and you can hide behind random pieces of rubble strewn across the crater. I don't know. It would totally change the way you play the map, Maybe in the back of ADOM, they turn, there's that one pointless control room where people just get spawn trapped. What if they took that and turned it into like a 2-story building with a fucking mounted machine gun up there? Lord knows ADOM could use something like that. The kills off the spawn get ridiculous over there. Same with C-Spawn. You turn that little garage with the tractor into like a big foxhole that people can hide in. Not major changes, but they're not minor either. Like, obviously it would be more work than the simple reskin, but it wouldn't be as much work as building an entirely new map. And it would still be offering a brand new experience. Like, if you took that slug bug from 2011, painted it a new color, and then stuck some fucking monster truck wheels on that motherfucker, you could call it new and I'd buy it, because it'd be offering a brand new experience. Like putting Doritos in your PB&J, living life on the edge. Anyways, please remember to rate the video and like me on Facebook if you want your mind blown and your dick up. This is Batman, signing out.